Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. In the name of God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. All praises be to our Lord, the cherisher, nourisher, and sustainer of the entire universe. The most gracious, most merciful Master of the Day of Judgment. You alone we worship, and you alone we ask for help. Guide us to the right path, the path of those whom you bestowed your mercy, and not those who earned your anger and went astray. Amen. Dear brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. This last week was a very sad week for the entire humanity, as we lost 7 people. Examples of search and research, the scientists, the most courageous, examples of human beings who lost their life at the end of the mission. The space shuttle, just few minutes before touching the earth, bringing us lots of news and having happy and cheerful faces, hugging their families. Unfortunately, their time came to an end and they went into paradise. I give my condolences to the remaining family, not the immediate family, the humanity and all people around the world about this incident. While we are sad and mourning upon this occasion, but we realize we cannot change anything. The moment of sorrows are the best moment of attention. Paying attention that this universe has a higher commander and is running to the order of the unseen God, whom we pray and worship, whom we believe created us at a certain date and will call upon us to join Him again at a certain date. As Quran says, when that term comes to an end, no one can bring it a moment closer or delay it any further. The people who gave up their life did not belong to certain nation, though happened they were here in our land, in the United States, or from India or Israel. These really do not belong to any certain sect of religion or certain part of the world. Humanity would have benefited in large from the result of their search and research. And this is not really a point of despair, rather, as I said, is something which is not in our hand. Once again, I ask Almighty Lord for patience and perseverance for the family, their children, immediate members of these beloved heroes. While we have these moments of mourning and sadness, we also have the time of Eid or happiness, the day of Hajj, the day of Abraham, the day of sacrifice. This is Dhul Hajj, or the period or time for Hajj. Millions and millions of Muslims, as you and I are watching this program, are circumambulating around the house, that very simple house, that cube that our forefather Abraham laid for unity of humanity, for the obedience and total obedience of human to his Creator Lord. Abraham, example of obedience, and the best servant, the best human creature, was totally yield to the order of his commander, of his Lord, to be ready to sacrifice his son. And as we know, he did not. But he reached to the point to sacrifice the best he could have had in his life. And that was that son that God had given him after so many years of loneliness, after so many years of prayer and desire. But he came to sacrifice when he was ordered to do so. So now Muslims, following the path of Abraham, once a year they gather in such a great assembly to see what's happening in the world. Not only the ritual aspects of traveling to Saudi or going to Mecca, going through the hardship of this ceremony and returning home. We are living in a very special era. We are living in an era that Jahiliyyah or ignorance is waking up again. People, nations are facing each other in the name of religion that has nothing to do with all this unhumanity of man to man. We are ready to bloodshed. We are ready to destroy human cradle of civilization as once was, because of a special interest of certain groups, because of the richest becoming rich or rich becoming the richer. A majority have to suffer by not having more researchers, astronauts, people who are in search of the beauties and puzzles of nature, by not to spend money for education, for development, for brotherhood, for peace, for unity of mankind. The whole purpose of this program, and program as such, those who teach and preach or read themselves the Bible, the Old or New Testament, and the Quran, should come to their senses, should come to concentrate on what they read, what they claim to be believing. Man is only a family of mankind, are just like brothers and sisters. Colors, languages, geographical place of birth should not divide us. The classes are not respected in any faith. There is no faith that I know that segregates humanity and divides them based on these superficial divisions that we have chosen and fighting with each other. The prophets of God came to teach us the unity, brotherhood, peace, love and security. We did not follow them. We went astray as we have gone, and the further we go, deeper we are lost. May God bless the spirit of these great heroes once again. We will remember them. Our children will remember them as well. The day that in future there will be other people who will complete this journey, we'll pray for the soul of their forefathers as we do today. Let us go back to the peacekeeping word and peacekeeping and tranquil words of Allah, the Quran. We are in Surah Yousef, and as I recall, Surah Yousef is chapter 12 of Quran. If you have the book, please have the book open and follow along with me as I will read and try to make my commentary. For those who are entering this program for the first time, realize that what I'm saying is not the translation or transcription or commentaries. This is what I understand when I read the Quran. This book has a message for everyone. This book is a must for those who believe in it, to try to reflect on it and find their own way and have their own sense and uptake of it. And everybody will have his own, her share. It doesn't matter in what they believe, which prophet do they follow. God is the same God, and His word is the same for all. God is the same God, the most compassionate, the most merciful. We are in chapter 12, Surah Yousef, and I believe I stopped at verse 1964 of this surah. Verse number 64. For those who have been following these classes, please open the book and you can follow along as I read. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. فلما رجعوا إلى أبيهم قالوا يا أبانا منع منا الكيل فأرسل معنا أخانا نقتل وإنا له لحافظون. If you recall, Joseph's brothers went to Egypt, wherein Joseph is now the king. Actually, he was the treasurer for the king. Joseph recognizes his brothers while they do not recognize him. Joseph treats them well. In the time of famine, he gave them goods to take home. He gave them more than what they desired, and that's a very great lesson. This is a man who was to be killed by these criminal brothers. The crime took place not as a result of mistake or ignorance or animosity of one man to one person. Rather, all brothers got together as a gang to kill their own brother Joseph, as Quran says, probably due to jealousy. Obviously in a symbolic way, referring to something that they didn't like. As you remember, one brother said not to kill him, throw him in the well. And Joseph was not killed, he survived. His Creator gave him the opportunity to be saved, to become as a slave, but now he is the treasurer, the king of the Egypt. So, teaches us a great lesson. The man has recognized his own brothers. Not only he respects them well and gives them more than what they ask for in order to get his other brother back, and also teach them a greater lesson. Upon their departure, he says, next time you come back, bring your younger brother. And that younger brother is full brother of Joseph, Benjamin. So, here they are, back to their father, Jacob, saying to their father that, see how much we have received. And they told him the story that they heard. If they take more of the family member, especially that individual Joseph had in mind, then he's going to treat them better. So they're asking, Father, let our brother come with us, so we will go and bring back more. And surely we are going to be protecting him. Again, there is a great lesson here. First, Jacob has trusted this gang, these criminal brothers, his own children, and he let Joseph to go along with them. And this is what happened to Joseph. They came back and say that he was lost to the wolf. Now the same people are now asking to repeat the story. And father answers, قال هل أمنكم عليه إلا كما أمنتكم على أخيه من قبل. Father says, should I trust you people as I trusted you before about your other brother, meaning Joseph? But soon he will add himself, the prophet Jacob, فَاللَّهُ خَيْرٌ حَافِظًا وَهُوَ أَرْحَمُ الرَّاحِمِينَ. Though you had a bad record, though I know what you have done to my son, to your brothers, but after all, God is the great. God is the most merciful. God is the one who is the actual protector. He's the best to take care of everything. Is there a lesson in this? Are these verses old, from 1400 years ago? Do we not realize He's the great protector? He's the commander of a bigger master plan and bigger blueprint for this nature and universe. So Jacob puts all his trust in his God, and will let his son to go along, as we will see. وَلَمَّا فَتَحُوا مَتَاعَهُمْ وَجَدُوا بِضَاعَتَهُمْ رُدَّتْ إِلَيْهِمْ. Now they are opening their saddlebags, and they see not only Joseph has not taken anything. Actually, if there was a payment to be paid for what they got in Egypt, Joseph has returned even that. In other words, everything is being given free to them. قالوا يا أبانا ما نبغي هذه بضاعتنا ردت إلينا. It was a great surprise for them to see and to say, the Father, see that even our stock trade is being returned to us. They couldn't understand. وَنَمِيرُ أَحْلِنَا وَنَحْفَظُ أَخَانَا وَنَزْدَادُ كَيْلَ بَعِيرٍ ذَلِكَ كَيْلٌ يَسِيرٌ. Now they dream, or they wish to take everybody they can, including the brother, and get more in this trade and bring back more grain and more food to that famine area. ذَلِكَ كَيْلٌ يَسِيرٌ. They say, this is nothing. The man was so generous that he has given more than what they needed. He also has returned whatever stock they were to pay for what they got. قال لن أرسله معكم حتى تؤتون موثقا من الله لتأتونني به إلا أن يحاط بكم. He said, never will I send him with you until you swear to God that you are going to take your best care, and because he once was burned with the same promise with these children, what they have done to Joseph, how should he trust? But he says, you take oath, you swear to Allah, to your Lord, that you will be, and a strong oath, that you are going to bring him back. فَلَمَّا عَاتُوهُ مَوْثِقَهُمْ قَالَ اللَّهُ عَلَى مَا نَقُولُ وَكِيلٌ. When they took oath, Jacob said, Allah is a witness of what you just have done. وَقَالَ يَا بَنِيَّ لَا تَدْخُلُوا مِنْ بَابٍ وَاحِدٍ وَادْخُلُوا مِنْ أَبْوَابٍ مُتَفَرِّقَةٍ وَمَا أُغْنِي عَنْكُمْ مِنَ اللَّهِ مِنْ شَيْءٍ إِنِ الْحُكْمُ إِلَّا لِلَّهِ عَلَيْهِ تَوَكَّلْتُ وَعَلَيْهِ فَلْيَتَوَكَّلِ الْمُتَوَكِّلُونَ. That's another beautiful lesson, great lesson in this ayah. Jacob is telling his children that now there are several of them, almost 10, going to see Joseph. So he's telling them, you all don't go together. When you get there, go from different doors. Now many commentators have commented about this issue. What type of advice is this that Jacob is giving to his children? He says, go through different doors. There was a wisdom in it. First of all, they were all foreigners. They were there to ask something. They were entering the court. And they were all from the same family. Maybe they were considered to be as a gang. Maybe as they were, by the way. They were, and they killed their own brother. Now in the era of famine, they are there to take something. They are not there to give something. They are there to get more from the generous brother. One statement was made that they also believe that they will be protected from evil eye if they all did not go through the same route or the same door. But these are all comments we made. The entire lesson about this is that says, مَا أُغْنِي عَنْكُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ مِنْ شَيْءٍ إِنِ الْحُكْمُ إِلَّا لِلَّهِ. The judgment, what is going to happen to you, is in the Lord's hand. He is the one who decides. You do what you are supposed to do and you do your best. But final decision maker is Allah, is the creator. The creator of the stars will give us the opportunity to study them, will give us the chance to learn, gave us the potential to do things that appears as miracle, unbelievable, but finally He is the one who decides. You do not change God's plan. مَا أُغْنِي عَنْكُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ مِنْ شَيْءٍ. You will never be independent from your Almighty Lord. عَلَيْهِ تَوَكَّلْتُ. I put all my trust in Him. وَعَلَيْهِ فَلْيَتَوَكَّلِ الْمُتَوَكِّلُونَ. And only the real believers, those who really trust, put all trust in Him. وَلَمَّا دَخَلُوا مِنْ حَيْثُ أَمَرَهُمْ أَبُوهُمْ مَا كَانَ يُغْنِي عَنْهُمْ مِنَ اللَّهِ مِنْ شَيْءٍ إِلَّا حَاجَةً فِي نَفْسِ يَعْقُوبَ غَزَاهَا وَإِنَّهُ لَذُو عِلْمٍ لَمَا عَلَّمْنَاهُ وَلَكِنَّ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. And as they did follow what their father has told them, obviously this guidance that Jacob gave to his children was his wish and something that he wanted about his children. But the father who has taught his children, مَا أُغْنِي عَنْكُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ مِنْ شَيْءٍ, is he himself going to change this plan or decision? Allah answers, no. مَا كَانَ يُغْنِي عَنْهُم مِّنَ اللَّهِ مِنْ شَيْءٍ إِلَّا حَاجَةً فِي نَفْسِ يَعْقُوبَ غَزَاهَا. This was a judgment that Jacob, in his own mind and in his own will, desire, has made. This is telling us the world is running to the command of Lord, but we have our decisions, we have our desires, we have our wishes too. So we do not ignore them, but understand that there is a bigger plan beyond any plan. وَإِنَّهُ لَذُو عِلْمٍ لَمَا عَلَّمْنَاهُ. He knows from what Allah has taught him, but many more people do not know. وَلَكِنْ أَكْثَرَ النَّاسِ لَا يَعْلَمُونَ. Majority do not know. We do not know. Even the prophets of God who received the direct revelation, they didn't know what's going to happen to them tomorrow, as they said clearly. No one knows what is going to happen next. If we believe in that, truly believe, then we don't think the entire world has to go and the earth has to circle and round to our desire. We are only passengers on this earth. Everyone has a time. May Allah give us all the wisdom and understanding to realize this fact, to come to peace, togetherness, to love each other. Hate is to defend ourselves, not to attack others. Anger is for us to defend, not to attack anyone. I see our time is coming to an end. I ask Lord to give us patience in this very tough and rough era that we are living, and not to be silent. Say something when we see injustice and oppression toward the others. God bless you all. See you next week, same time, inshallah. Good night.